And now, Tiki Man Radio is proud to present the JBL Legends Travel Moment with Joe Leo. Take it away, Joe.
Good morning, everybody. It's Joe Leo with the JBL Travel Group with this week's Travel Minute. And today, once again, I need to talk about insurance. I get these questions every single day, and there's a lot of false information out there about travel insurance. And I'm not an insurance agent, but my responsibility is to make sure that my clients who are traveling have coverage. God forbid they need it. Now, this past week, I've had people tell me that they have it through their credit card or through their automobile association. Please take a look at what's covered under those policies and who's covered. So let's say, for example, you use your credit card, your travel credit card, whether it's a Capital One rewards card or a AAA Advantage card. Who's covered? Is the person covered, the person that's name is on that card, or is it going to cover your entire family who's traveling with you? That's number one. Number two, what's covered? 9 times out of 10, the only thing that's covered is loss of baggage, trip cancellation, trip interruption, but medical expenses. And that's a critical part of travel insurance. And there are a ton of travel insurance companies out there, Generali, Allianz, Travel Insured, that will cover you for everything. And you can actually tailor the plan. And it's pennies on a dollar for what you're spending for your trip. So I can't stress enough to people sometimes, how important it is to have travel insurance. And we don't sell travel insurance. We provide it as a service. It goes through one of those other companies. And sometimes people say, oh, no, I don't need that. I'm young. Okay, but you could fall down and break your leg a week before you go on a trip, God forbid. Something could happen to someone in your family. So we want to make sure that you're covered. I've had incidents where somebody in a family passed away prior to a trip. If you have the right kind of insurance, you're covered for that. Or your traveling partner actually got sick, you're covered for that. So it's very important to take a look at what's covered. Take a look at the policies. I also have some clients that are elderly and they love to travel, and even though they have some underlying medical conditions, they still want to travel, they still want to live their life. So we make sure that their policies have coverage for pre-existing conditions. And for a few of those customers, we've actually geared them towards a company called MedJet, which offers a 24-hour emergency assistance to fly them home on a medical equipped jet. And believe it or not, that insurance is really not a lot of money. I think I just did a quote the other day for somebody who was in their mid-70s, who had a history of congestive heart failure, and God forbid something happened. He didn't want to be staying in a hospital, let's say in Mexico or Africa or whatever. This company would fly him home, and it was like $460 that covered him for the year on whatever trips he was taking for the year. Now, of course, once you use it once. It's you have to go buy another policy. The other thing is, if you travel a lot, if you're taking more than 2 trips a year, you should definitely look into what's called an annual plan. And there are caps on those plans. There's a $5,000, there's a $10,000 plan. Again, that's what I buy. But once you use it, you're going to need another plan. So I buy an annual plan every year that covers Sue and I. And so whenever we go on a trip, I know I'm covered. It also gives me like $1 million in rental car insurance. So if I'm driving down to Florida to get a car, I don't have to pay for that insurance. Even though 9 times out of 10, your car insurance company will cover you for rental cars. This is over and above that, and it's an excellent program to have. So there's a lot to know about travel insurance. And if you have any questions, talk to me. I will send you copies of policies. I will send you copies of plan information. It's just very important that you think about investing in something that's going to protect your investment for travel, especially if you're spending $3,000-$4,000 between your airfare, your hotel. I had people who spent $8,000-$10,000 to go to Europe for $300-$500 to insure. That kind of money is definitely worth the investment. So I had to come on here and say this again because I've had so many questions this week about it, and so many people tell me they don't need it. And then what happens is something happens, they have to cancel their trip, and they come back to me and go, "Why don't you tell me about travel insurance?" So anyway, this has been Joe Leo with this week's Travel Minute. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great day.
Thanks, Joe. Always travel with someone you trust. JBL Legends Travel and Joe Leo. Reach out to him at 732-831-5200, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio.